and welcome back to another new season, 24-25 season. I've just had the privilege of seeing this little intro film of Piran Films and how it came about. There is some fantastic footage. You'll be spotting players and you go, oh, I know him, oh, I know him. I just actually saw the Truro City arriving at Stockport County. Dave Gibbons was doing the commentary. And there's Jordan Bentley walks across, this young Jordan Bentley. It is a brilliant put together video. Roger Crisp is the narrator. Get that kettle on, get a cup of tea, get a biscuit and settle down and watch it all the way through. And we're really excited about bringing the new era of Piran Films as we move into uncharted territory with Helston Athletic in the Southern League. My name is Steve Massey. All the highlights and plenty of away days are going to be brought to you by Piran Films.
The fast approaching 2024-25 football season will be a first for Helston Athletic following their promotion to the Southern League Division 1 South. It will also be a poignant moment for Helston's videographer Mark Huckle of Piran Films, who 50 years ago, yes, you heard that correctly, made his own Southern League debut for Salisbury City as a teenager. Mark also went on to play for Andover Town in the same league, and the University of London, coached by ex-professional footballers Eamon Dunphy and Barry Lloyd. Also in the mid-1970s, Mark bought his very first Super 8mm cine camera, igniting a lifelong passion for film and videography. In the early days it was purely a hobby, home movies, holidays and mini-documentaries.
Mark Huckle joined the Kingham Hill staff on completing his studies at London University in 1979 and taught RE for a year. During that short spell he was tutor of Sheffield House and ran the First 11 soccer team and made this documentary on Super 8 silent film.
It wasn't until Mark's move to Truro School as a head of department in 2003 that the hobby began to morph quickly into a commercial enterprise, weddings initially becoming the mainstay. The appointment of Glynn Hooper as Director of Football at Cornwall's flagship independent school a couple of years later changed everything, and Piran Films was born. The Cornish football legend Hoops takes up the story.
I first met Mark when I arrived at Truro School and I was walking around the first team pitch and I just saw somebody filming up on one of our terraces at a rugby fixture. Immediately I was intrigued to what was happening and to why Truro School was investing so much into filming this particular game. They were using video analysis as part of their process of improving players' performance, and as I just arrived as head of football, I thought I needed some of this as well. In discussion with Mark, I also realised that he'd done some work for Hull City. I knew immediately I was getting someone professional.
The funny thing is, in life, everybody's mentioned it so far, it's all about commitment.
At the end of my first term at Truro School, we had Ian Holloway as our guest speaker. By the end of the evening, after Ian had watched a football montage, he walks away knowing that we were trying to be as professional as we possibly could, and having Mark on board certainly was pushing our standards up. In 2007, I was the assistant manager of Truro City. Truro had big dreams, and I felt to actually be able to go and realise those dreams, we needed to improve what we were doing off the field. I asked Mark to come along and film the Newcastle-Benfield game, which is the 4th round of the FA Bars, a competition that no Cornwall side had ever won. We got to the semi-final and Mark travelled with us to Manchester to play Curzon Ashford in the first leg. Whilst we lost the first leg, we had some fantastic video footage of the game. Over the next 7 days we analysed it and we prepared fully for the return. We went and won 3-1, and then we went on to win at Wembley 3-1 also. Part of that was having Mark alongside us throughout that weekend at Wembley. He got alongside the players, the management, and was in the gallery videoing the whole game. Then he produced a double DVD that all the players were able to keep as a memento.
2007 in this new Wembley. Don't get any better than this, sunshine.
Mark continued his journey with Truro City up through the leagues, up to conference. I saw Mark take his film into another level. He brought in summarisers, commentators, and it then went viral.
That challenge, and now we've got all the players wanting to get involved.
I'm going to stick my neck out, and he's going.
With a big number 5 who... Oh, another red card! Number 5, Charlie O'Loughlin, is also off.
Well, I didn't see that coming. I was about to say, if you're that size, you can't really go in and hide a little bit, can you?
It was Kevin Heaney, the 2007 FA Vase winning Truro City chairman, who first impressed on Mark the need to take his video highlights to the next level by incorporating a commentator. Dave Deacon, the voice of Cornish football, was the obvious choice.
Welcome to Piran Films editing suite. This is where Mark produces his Truro City montages, and welcome to our end of season DVD. Who would have thought that on the 14th of August last year, when Truro City were soundly beaten 3-0 at home to Cheshire United at the start of the season, that Chairman Kevin Heaney would be leading the team out onto the pitch on Easter Monday as Southern League Premier champions, and Jake Ash mustering up all his strength to lift that enormous shield. We're going to look at some of the highs and the lows of the season, the ebbs and flows as we follow Truro City's bid to become the first team ever to gain 5 promotions in 6 years. There will be reactions from the chairman.
No, it's very, very close. I mean, you lose 5, you probably finish 6. You win 5, you probably win the league. It's that close.
The manager.
No, definitely not. You know, we know what's at stake. It's a big game for the club as a whole. And hopefully we can do the job today.
And the captain.
If we're realistic about winning the league, we need to get 3 points on Saturday. You know, it is a 6-pointer.
Not to mention the fans as well.
A bit of a pitch invasion, one-man pitch invasion. That was the memory.
We will also have the result of the goal of the season competition and 1 or 2 special other features.
The sporting arena at Truro School is an important one, and we wanted to enhance that experience. We've run tours over the last few years to South Africa, and in particular Durban and Cape Town. One way I felt we could improve things was to actually film it. Part of that tour was filming not only the matches, but filming the boys outside their comfort zone, in different cultures, around other social environments. And then on our return to England, producing a video for not only the boys to watch in our Borough Theatre, but also the parents to come and join us.
Is the other choice, Buckham with a kick. That's in! That is in from where we were sitting. It was always going to be a goal. That's 8 minutes on the clock. Buckham gives Cornwall the lead.
2 years ago, Cornwall under-18s nearly didn't exist due to the pressures of the financial constraints upon RFA. I was asked to take on that manager's job, which I duly accepted, but I also knew we had to raise the profile. So who did I turn to? I turned to Piran Films. With Mark's expertise and his summarisers and commentators, I wanted to get the message not only out in Cornwall, but on a national stage that Cornwall was taking their football seriously.
I do not know, Steve Massey, why you had any doubts.
I never had any doubts, did I? What doubts did I have? I mean, that boy's comes from good stock.
This ended this season with us reaching the national final, a first in 72 years. Again, Mark came on the journey with us. He travelled with us on the day before, filmed everything that happened at Bisham Abbey, and then went on to match day at Barnet FC. He also produced for me an inspirational video for the players to watch on the way into the game. I think what Mark and Piran Films managed to produce was so unique that other counties in this country will soon follow, what Mark has produced this time round.
Piran Films' affiliation with Truro City FC came to an end when ex-professional footballer Steve Massey, then the first team manager and bankroller of Helston Athletic Football Club, came calling in 2019. Mass takes up the story.
But Truro City go 1-0 up.
Yeah, to be really fair to him.
Well, I've known Mark and Piran Films for a long time now, back from the Truro City days. I've been summariser working alongside him on many occasions. That particular season comes to mind 4 seasons ago now, probably, when the Cornwall County under-18s got to the final, and I was working for Glynn, for Hoops, doing the scouting reports for the county who were going to play during that great run. And it was really, really enjoyable with Dave Deacon and Mark, and we really got on well. It was something like the last of the summer wine, it was, the 3 of us. When I was going to come back into football, I want the games videoed for the progression of maybe the performances in players and in the team, but also as well, the big factor is that it's putting the club out there. So there was never any problem where I was looking and thinking, right, which am I going to choose? I was always going to do it. I know Mark was associated with Truro City, and I could see it as well because he's ambitious. He was with the Southern Conference side, particularly in the plush surroundings at Torquay United, which I knew he loved up there. He did. So I was just sort of biding my time, really. And also I wanted to be in a position when I knew I had a squad and a team. That then I asked him if he was going to be coming and interested in that, as well as that sort of professional basis and business basis. I think we're extremely good friends as well. His sense of humour is a little bit dodgy at times, but he's so it was just it was a real good match. Anything that I do, whether it's the football, it's the training, and whether we travel away from home, where we stay, the pre-match meals and that type. For me, it's got to be the best. Or why bother doing it? Why bother? So certainly for me, I think that Mark is without doubt the best. I certainly want to go down this route with the zoom in, the zoom out, and the playing things that and all the graphics that we can go with it. And I think where it stands out from everybody else, where I like a commentary, and it was essential, important to me that we have a commentary alongside it. It makes it.
Good afternoon, I'm Dave Gibbins here at the AJN Stadium at Crown Field, the home of Keynsham Town Football Club, because they're hosting our very own Helston Athletic from the South West Peninsula League Premier Division West. We're going over the 3 o'clock mark. In fact, it's 3:02 when we kicked off here.
So we've come a long way, but he keeps putting that message out there. It is the platform, it is the media that particularly the young people, guys, view now. You know, even with the Instagram with your photographs, there's a Twitter with the information, but there's the YouTube. If you want to see the videos and putting yourself out there, and that age group demographic of that is the young people, the young kids, and that's where this goes on to. And I think it's really important to be growing that fan base, and that is one area. You win football, you win titles, you get promotions, you go on. People then take notice of you, and then particularly as we grow our brand and our profile, then I think this is hugely important to us. Hugely important to us. It's not only just the match is finished. Then you might have been even if you're way out the country somewhere, other end of the country, that you've missed the results or whatever and things in there. You could always click your mind and say, got the highlight, and see the highlights, and actually be there. And for those 10, 12, 15 minutes or so, you're actually there. You're seeing our players and things, and for just those 10, 15 minutes there, it just brings it alive to you there for that moment in time.
Non-league football away days have become a very popular genre on YouTube. Piran Films first took to the road during lockdown, when only the FA Vars and other cup games were permitted, literally behind closed doors. Steve and Mark, desperate to see some football, took to the road, Portsmouth bound, for a quarter-final tie.
Well, here we are on a Saturday morning. It's football day, isn't it? Saturday. I'm actually really excited. It was a godforsaken early start this morning because we're on our way to Portsmouth for the FA Vars, and it really feels good. We're actually just coming through Honiton at the moment on the way to Portsmouth. The FA have given us permission to actually go and film and be mic'd up for the day, and Portsmouth, United Services Portsmouth side, the home side today, know we're coming. They're quite excited about it as well. It'll be another angle for them with the media coverage today with it. It's actually just gone 8:30, but it feels to me about 12 o'clock actually.
A template for future away days was established. So what are the ingredients that make for an entertaining video, apart from the action on the field, of course? Well, the journey for one, and if you happen to possess a Jaguar sports car with a football-related, personalised number plate, all the better.
Looking forward to my lunch now.
Secondly, lunch. Mark selects the hotel or restaurant and pays for the meal, and yes, you did hear that correctly too. Also, there will definitely be some sightseeing.
The Hovis Hill, or Gold Hill to give it its proper name. And like magic, there's a pub at the top here. Brilliant to go and get a drink.
Whether a famous landmark such as Gold Hill in Shaftesbury or Salisbury Cathedral.
So if there be one fact, just one fact, that you could like wow everywhere in that you knew about that region, what would it be?
I was bound to be the spire, the tallest in the country. I tell people until the Telecom Tower was built in London in the 60s,
yes,
the tallest building in the UK was this. It had been for hundreds of years.
Perhaps the countryside or just a stunning view. Then chatting to fans and getting an insight into the clubs are also very important.
Straight back in. I saw her play through.
Because they're three, they play high with their three, don't they?
Yeah,
so we were going, look, they're going to be, they ended man for man. And the 8 was almost just playing in that. Just
and yes, humour and quirky observations from Steve Massey himself, and which are now very much his trademark.
If you get a chance to have a look at the liner's boots. They're about 3 sizes too big for him. Have a look. He's borrowed those boots. Seriously. Those are not his real feet in there, honestly.
Piran Films will take to the road this coming season, and their away days videos will resume on YouTube.
Takes it. Here's Massey. Yes! Go and get him! Brings it on again! Steve Massey!
With Helston Athletic's appointment of Matt Cusack in 2022 as their first team manager, Steve Massey became director of football and went upstairs, literally, commentating regularly for Piran Films from the gantry.
Welcome to non-league football. On November, Saturday, soggy, wet afternoon. What could be better? Pitches in superb condition, forwards weather. It's Helston Athletic against Nailsea and Tickingham. Highlights to come, brought to you by Piran Films.
Oh, Elliot, he's got Shepherd in. Can Shepherd sing it in? And he has. Oh, would you believe it's hit the post?
There are many fine commentators and summarisers who've assisted Mark down the years. They've added a professionalism to Piran Films for which Mark is indebted and very grateful.
Good afternoon and welcome to Truro Road for this National League South.
As an ex-educator himself, giving opportunities to Falmouth University media students to gain valuable work experience behind the commentator's microphone was an integral part of Mark's working philosophy.
And we're underway here with Aaron Lamotte to take kick-off. Ed Palmer goes on. Cody
Plays ball, it's a great ball. It's Cody Cook. That's an unbelievable start for the home side.
Well, it's just before kick-off here at Edgeley Park, home of National League North Club Stockport County.
At the other end of the spectrum, Piran Films also benefited from the experience and expertise of Dave Gibbins, the former BBC Spotlight sports presenter. His research and professionalism are second to none.
Placed third in the table, and in those 4 games they didn't concede one single goal, so it's a team very much in form against a Truro City.
Mark and Steve are now counting down the days to the start of the new season. They'll be visiting many non-league clubs for the very first time as they journey 7,000 plus miles to bring exciting video highlights from the Southern League Division 1 South for your enjoyment. Keep up to date with Piran Films uploads by subscribing to the YouTube channel, and be sure to tap on the bell for notification of all the upcoming games.